after a quick Wi-Fi outage. We are back after stretching it out. We are heading into the bottom of the 7th. Leading things off be Matthew Maynard, who checked in last inning at the catcher's position, took the place of Johnny Garber. First pitch, catches him on the arm. He'll get a hit by pitch and take first base. Second time today, Saints catcher has been hit by a pitch. Johnny Garber's first at bat. In the first half of this game, he got hit off the helmet, ended up taking first base. Now Maynard gets on base after getting a hit by pitch, and catchers being back behind the plate, they're used to getting a little beat up back there. Waves once again going into the bullpen. Be number 19, Stephen Deakins of Palos Verdes Estates, California, my hometown. Stephen Deakins now at Westmont College, and I actually faced Stephen back in high school. He went to Palos Verdes High School. I went to Palos Verdes Peninsula. We were rivals. Deakins ended up getting the best of us that day, and he took us down. Now looking to shut down the Saints, looking to hold this 3-run lead that the Waves currently have. This one off the end of the bat, flare to the left, gets down for a base hit. Noah Williams gets himself a single, moves Maynard up to second. Now the opportunity for the Saints to get right back in this game has arisen. The leadoff batter, Eli Lopez, now stepping up to the box with 2 runners aboard.
Lopez is having a solid day at the plate today. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI under his belt. Here with 2 runners on. Lopez represents the tying run at the plate.
First pitch. This is just inside for ball 1. That one. Again, just misses. There's Lopez up 2-0. Liam O'Day now the shortstop. He checked in for Michael Mira in a pinch hit opportunity a half inning ago. Holding the runner on second, very pinched up the middle. 5-6 hole now wide open for Lopez, but he'll see a fastball up and in. Gets him way ahead at 3-0. 3-0 pitch. Misses inside, and Lopez draws a walk and loads the bases for Trotter Enright, the shortstop and the 2-hole hitter. This will draw the Waves pitching coach out to go have a quick chat with his pitcher, Stephen Deakins, who just came in this half inning in relief attempts to shut down the Saints. But now, Trotter Enright representing the go-ahead run up in the box, and potentially with one swing of the bat could take the lead for the Saints, let alone tie it or even cut down the lead.
Enright, the shortstop out of Long Beach, is also having a nice day at the plate, also 2 for 3 with 1 RBI. Big moment here, bases loaded, no outs.
Umpire heads out to the mound, breaks up the mound meeting, and we'll get right back into the action. Trotter Enright has a great opportunity now with nobody out to at least cut down the Waves' lead here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch misses down low. It's now 5 straight balls thrown by Stephen Deakins. Now 6 straight. as Enright gets way ahead 2-0. Now Enright, your two-hole hitter, with bases loaded, nobody out. May say give him the green light, but after 6 straight balls, likely the take is going to be on all the way. It is, as that one's down in the dirt. Now Enright gets way ahead 3-0. Now Saints potentially get 1 run in with a bases loaded walk in a 3-0 count. And that's exactly what will happen. Misses the zone, low and outside. 8 straight balls thrown by Deacons, and the Saints get a bases loaded walk to cut the lead down 5-3.
And that's not what you want to do for Deacons after your team takes a 3-run lead, is giving away these free runs and free bases. The Saints, though, on the other hand, will gladly take it as they slowly make their way back into this game.
Now it's up to Gannon Snyder. Sees the first one inside.
Snyder's 0 for 3 on the day, looking to get his first hit and really good timing here.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Waves still ahead 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. And after 9 straight balls thrown by Steven Deacons, gets one into the zone and fouled out of play by Snyder. One and one count now. Two and one count now to Snyder. Looking to cash in on 1, potentially 2, maybe 3 or 4. That one catches the inner half. In there for a strike now, brings things to 2-2. Bases loaded, still nobody out. Saints got 1 this inning. Their first run scored since the bottom of the 2nd. Two of 3 of the Saints' runs have been from RBI walks. Snyder over to third, off the body of Palmares, fielded by the shortstop, but unable to make a play on it, and Snyder gets aboard and scores another run. Saints trailing just 1 now.
It was a really hard hit ball by Snyder that just bounced off the body of Palmares. Saints again happy with the result. Now what was a 3-run game, now a 1-run game.
This will once again draw the pitching coach out to the mound, and the Waves will go to the bullpen. That'll be the end of Steven Deacons' day. He will still be responsible for the 3 runners on base, but we will have more on the new Waves reliever right after this short break.
Hello and welcome back to the Arroyo Seco Saints pregame show. I'm Ethan Inman.
And I'm Dylan Gonzalez. We're the journalism interns. The Saints are back from their 3-day break where some of the players took part in the CCL showcase over at the MLB Academy in Compton. The Saints are returning here at Jackie Robinson Field at Brookside Park to face the same team they played before the break, the Academy Barons, where they won 7-3. They were trailing for most of the game, even though they had a great performance from Danny Bellows with 5 shutout innings. They were on the verge of suffering their first 3-game losing streak of the season, but a big 5-run 8th inning put the Saints ahead, and they didn't look back from there.
Yeah, absolutely. CCL All-Star Jacob Sharp had the big hit in that 5-run inning with the 2-run single, and the Saints were able to pull that one out. And it was a big one because they've lost a couple of games in a row to the Barons. and they were both close ones. I know that Milan wanted both of them, but to get that win was huge.
Saints already got 2 this half inning and have cut the Waves lead down to 1, and they are still knocking on the door of the tie ball game or potentially taking the lead. Bases loaded, nobody out. A new arm for the Waves checks in. Be Peyton Perry out of Palomar College.
Peyton Perry pitched 4-2 for Palomar this past year. Appeared in 7 games with 1 save and 1 loss. Struck out 5 in those 4 innings.
Taking the place of Joey Milto, be a pinch hitter, Lane Hayworth. He's coming in also from Wichita State alongside his college teammate on first base, Gannon Snyder.
Hayworth played 39 games for Wichita this past year, batted .182. Did score 19 runs with 13 RBIs.
Now in a 2-1 count and the opportunity to tie or take the lead for the Saints. Skies this one in foul territory over towards the Saints dugout, and underneath it is Norman the catcher, and he makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
Next up is number 11, Jack Little.
Now the designated hitter, Jack Little, still bases loaded with 1 out now after unproductive out, and a good job there by Perry coming out of the pen into a serious fire and getting 1 unproductive out. Now looking to keep the Waves lead and get 2 more.
Jack Little's 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored.
Takes a big hack at the first fastball offering and moves 0-1. One-0 pitch. Check swing did not go around and misses just outside. Brings things at 1 across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Saints trailing by just 1 run with the opportunity to get that 1 run back. That one misses just below the knees of Jack Little. Two and 1 count, 1 out. Fastball in by the hands and misses. Advantage count now for Little. Lopez on third, it's Enright on second, and it's Snyder on first. That one in there for a strike on the inner half. Full count now, 1 out. Payoff pitch from Perry. Inside, ball 4. Another RBI walk, and this one ties the game. Now, Saints have managed to get 3 this inning and have tied it at 5 apiece. It's now the 3rd run for the Saints this game that has come by the RBI walk variety. Now the third baseman, Jacob Freer, up. Still bases loaded, 1 out. The opportunity to break this game open now for the Saints. First pitch, fastball, low outside corner, strike 1.
And the Saints were quiet for quite a while, got their 2 runs in the 2nd inning, and were shut down for a few innings, now coming back and rallying for 3 to tie this game up.
Liner up the middle, fielded, flip to second, flip to first. Nobody's there. That one gets out of play, and the runners will advance. An interesting play there. I think the first baseman, Nilsson, maybe thought that one was going to get into center field. He would have to be the cutoff man. He vacated first base. Middle infield went for the double play and threw it over to first. Nobody was home. An interesting play there, but it gives the Saints the lead.
Runner was retired at second. So Medella is going to have one out to work with.
Fielder's choice gets the out at second. One run came around to score, and then on the throw with the ball ended up out of play, a second one came around. This one in foul territory by home plate. That's third baseman Palmares making the grab on it. The Saints take a big lead, 7-5 after a big 5-run inning. We will head to the top of the 8th right after this break.
Oh! Get out. Come on, Nick. Go safe, baby. Heard me. Oh! Get out. That ball's going ball. Leave us. Hell yeah, Joey! TG, sit down. No, it's kind of shitty. Yeah, I know. That's the fun. Adrian.
So the Saints, after taking a 2-run lead, they will go to the pen. They'll bring in Daniel Tovar. But before we get to him, interesting to mention kind of the logistics of this game, if you will. Saints have left 7 runners on base, the Waves 6. So there's been a lot of opportunity for runs to be scored in this one. In a 7-5 ball game heading into the 8th. It's also worth mentioning the amount of walks that the Waves have allowed in. 3 of the Saints' 7 runs now have come in because of RBI walks. And then just an inning ago, 2 runs would score after a big defensive miscue by the Saints. So it's been a really interesting game, going back and forth a little bit here as we get into the 8th inning with Daniel Tovar manning the mound.
And what has been an interesting game does lead to the Saints being on top by 2 right now. Daniel Tovar is on the mound. Looks like he's committed to the University of Nevada. In 2025, he made 7 appearances, all in relief, and he struck out 3 over 8 and 2/3 of an inning.
First one misses way low and outside and gets all the way back to the backstop. 1-0 count now for the 2-hitter and left fielder Dmitry Sasidko.
As a sophomore at LA Valley College in 2024, Tovar went 10-0 over 15 starts and posted a .330 ERA.
This one grounded to short, field and throw on the run, and not in time to get Sasidko an infield single after he legs out a short chopped ground ball up the shortstop alley. Enright made a great play on it, did all he could, fielded and threw, got rid of it quickly, but just not in time to get Sasidko. Now the Waves looking to answer back after the big 5-run Saints inning, rather. First pitch fouled back into the screen. Andrew Ramirez, the three-hole hitter and the second baseman, now looking to keep things going.
That was Sidco's third hit of the day. Ramirez is 0 for 4.
Runner on the move. Ball in the dirt. Sidco will get credit for the stolen base. He was on the move before the ball was pitched, but even after a little bit of a wild pitch, you still get credit for the stolen base on that one. 1-1 count now. Fastball outer edge, not quite. Just misses, moves things 2-1. Ramirez goes ahead. Two-one delivery. In there for a strike, even it up at 2-2. Ramirez currently 0 for 4 on the night so far. Slider low and outside. Great work by Maynard behind the dish there to knock that one down. Prevents the Sidco from gaining an extra 90 feet, moving up to third. A full count, runner on second. You can use that open base at first. Brings in force plays around the infield, although you'd rather not. So Sidco on the move, great jump. This one chopped over to second. Fielded and throw on the run. And a great pick by Medella over at first to get Ramirez out. It's almost back-to-back infield singles for the Waves, but Sidco advances up to third. He had a great jump on the steal, but would have advanced either way on that ground ball. Great play from both Eli Lopez and Levi Medella at second base and first base, respectively, to get that out.
And Sidco's really displaying his speed for us here.
Check swing, went around. This one off the elbow guard. Never really where you want to get hit.
Number 11, Jacob May.
Matthew Thomas takes that one though and will take his free 90. Now runners on the corners with one out. Again, Matthew Thomas checked in at the designated hitting spot in place of Makana Olaso. This one into left center field, coming in on it, but it gets down for a base hit. And an RBI single for Jacob May brings the Waves within one, and they're still with one runner in scoring position, and go-ahead run on first base for Andreas Nilsson.
Jacob May continues his good day at the plate. Now 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI.
It's Jacob May's second RBI single of the night tonight, both of which going the opposite way. First pitch to Nilsson. This one again punched the other way, but with not enough power to get it past Trotter Enright. A little bit off the end of the bat, and it hangs up enough for Enright to get a glove on it and gives the Saints the second out of the inning. Now just one away from retaining the lead, with the Waves now looking to at least tie this game. Tying run on second base.
Nate Norman.
Nate Norman now, the catcher, who's had a really strong day today so far. First pitch fouled back into the screen.
Norman's 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored, 1 RBI, and 1 walk as well. Busy day for him. Batting with 2 runners on, 2 outs.
Tovar came into relief in this one. He did a pretty good job. He did his job. He got some ground balls, just a couple of unfortunate breaks. And surrendering an RBI single, but then again, getting weak contact and doing his job, getting the defense active and getting guys their work. Now gets quickly ahead of Norman, 0-2. And the payoff pitch, breaker, low and outside. Good idea going that location and that pitch in an 0-2 scenario. One and two count, 2 outs. Once again, tries to go to that same spot, that low outside breaker. Can't quite get it in there. 2 and 2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on base. Nate Norman in the box. Tovar on the mound. He kicks and delivers. Foul ball off the bat of Norman. Didn't immediately get a sign there. Kind of confused. Swing and a miss, but the ball got away. But it was a foul tip that Maynard wasn't able to fully get the glove around. We'll do the 2 and 2 once again. The pitch grounded up the middle. Gets a glove on it, throw behind his body. And in time to get the out. A great play by Eli Lopez, the second baseman, to save further damage by the Waves. However, the Waves will strike for 1, cut the lead down to 1, 7-6 ball game heading into the bottom of the 8th.
Adam Beck, Evan Davis here with Joey Craig, Saints outfielder, and we're going to do a little what's in his bag segment here. So Joey, what's in your bag?
Well, first off, let's talk about the bag itself. This is a sick bag that Arroyo Seco gave me. As soon as I got here, they gave me a bunch of gear too and all that good stuff. But let's crack this thing open. What's the temperature looking like today? Probably like 95.
Yeah.
So, I mean, starting it off, a little core hydration. You know, got to stay hydrated out here in the California heat. Got a little snack at the gas station before, a little pickup. These are just the basic little essentials. Then we got, obviously, helmet, getting us right. And then going to deeper in the bag, we got the Evo Shield elbow guard, keeping us safe from hit by pitches and stuff. Don't want to be crying on the way down the first base, all that good stuff. And then when we do finally get on base, we got the Marucci sliding mitt, so keep our hands safe, all that good
oven
stuff.
Glove.
Yep, a little oven mitt.
Do you take stuff out of the oven with it too, or just?
You know, I got my own. I got a special one at home for that, so I'm good on that stuff. And then got a bunch of different batting gloves in here. Never know when they're going to get too sweaty or run out of grip, or you're going to slide in the base and they're done for. But preferably, I like the Franklin, the power straps with the the extra long
Oh,
one
yeah.
right here, a little
Oh, yeah.
extra wrist support, all that good stuff. So
Is there superstitions with the gloves?
no superstitions for me.
Matthew Maynard leading things off for the Arroyo Seco Saints, who are currently ahead of the San Diego Waves 7-6. With the Waves going to the pen, it's John Gallison from Saddleback Community College looking to prevent any further damage by the Saints. His first pitch, fastball just above the zone here in the bottom of the 8th.
Gallison's a Dana Point native, went to Dana Hills High School, majoring in business administration at Saddleback.
1-0 pitch, way outside. Go 2-0. This one. Again, low and outside. Now 3-0 to Matthew Maynard, who earlier in this game checked in for Johnny Garber behind the dish. Maynard, upcoming sophomore, spent last year his freshman year at Oral Roberts University. Fairview, Texas native, now in a 3-0 count. That one high and outside. 4-pitch walk to Maynard. Now brings up Noah Williams, the center fielder.
Number 3, Noah Williams.
Williams is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and 1 RBI, also 1 walk. 1 RBI came when he walked with the bases loaded.
One runner on for the Saints now, who are looking to advance on their lead. This one into left field. Underneath it is Sasidko. He makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Maynard retreats back to first. Gallison gets the first out by a flyout, but now it brings up the second baseman Eli Lopez, who made a stellar play to end last half inning. He took a ground ball up the middle, backhanded it and threw all the way across his body in time to get the out at first. Very stellar stuff out of Lopez. Now with the opportunity to turn great defense into great offense. Take the first one, a called strike at the top of the zone.
And Lopez has had a pretty nice day both offensively and defensively at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored and 1 RBI, 1 walk.
This one in there for a called strike. Gallison now getting into the zone. Gets ahead of Lopez, 0-2. Lopez, the Whittier, California native, spent last season at Cal State Fullerton.
He hit .314 for the Titans this year with an .839 OPS. Recorded 64 hits, 12 of those doubles, 2 home runs, and 23 RBIs for Fullerton.
Sees the 0-2 pitch outside. Now 1-2 with 1 out. Matthew Maynard still on first base. This one fouled out of play. We'll do the 1-2 again. Eli Lopez awaits. Back pick over to first. And Maynard slides back. Maynard was taking a little extra skip or two over there, maybe trying to get a jump. And a well-timed back pick there from Gallison. Almost had Maynard picked off. Just not in time. Maynard able to slide back safely. This breaker is low and outside. Moves things even at 2-2. Speaking of picked off base runners, there have been 3 in this game so far, 2 of which on the Saints side, 1 of which by the Waves. This one again outside, now full count and 1 out to Lopez. Shortstop Trotter Enright awaits on deck. Lopez looking for potentially what could be his 3rd hit of the day. Payoff pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball down the left field line. Sisitko's on it and makes the grab. Maynard again retreats all the way back to first base. And Gallison walks the leadoff man in 4 pitches and then gets 2 flyouts to left field. Doing a good job responding to that free pass he allowed to the first bat of this inning in Matthew Maynard. Now, number 17, the shortstop Trotter Enright steps up, looking to keep things going for the Saints as they still lead the Wave 7-6.
Enright also having a nice day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a run scored, 1 RBI and a walk.
Runner goes, ball in the dirt, picked cleanly, throw down, not in time to get Maynard. He slides in safely, but a great attempt there from Norman behind the dish. Short picked it up in the dirt. And a good throw down to second, just not in time. Not every day you see a catcher stealing bases either. Nice job by Maynard. 1-0, swung on and missed. Aggressive swing there from Enright. 1-1 count now, 2 outs. This one fouled out of play. Gallison now gets ahead. And again, Gallison walked Maynard on 4 pitches to lead off this inning, but then has done a good job getting back into the zone and responding to that by getting 2 flyouts into left field. Now is facing Trotter Enright. This one misses high and outside. Deuce is wild. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Enright goes down swinging, and Gallison gets out of the inning after surrendering a lead-off walk. 7-6, heading into the final frame from here in Pasadena.
Showcase earlier this week. Currently riding a 6-game hit streak as that one sent up the middle. Gordon will fling that one on to second. Sheehan O'Connor on to first. Double play, and Spencer C. Both are the highest marks of the team. Burge sends that one into center field. Kemmerer looking back on it, and it's gone! Oppo Taco, Alex Burge, have yourself a last 48 hours. Saints grab the lead early, it's 2-0.
And Burge, you know, Jacob Shark took the home run lead for the Saints last night, and Alex Burge was like, no, I want that.
Around 8 strikeouts in his last 4 games, chops that one towards the second baseman. What a play by Sheehan O'Connor. Flings that one on to first, took it high. Livingston, adios. That ball is long gone, and that's a 7-4 lead for the Saints.
I mean, Burge and Livingston, they just have to hit home runs in the same inning. They just have to. It's like something's wrong if they don't. They've done it already once this season against the Riptide. Here for the second time, having a 2-run shot to right field. Wow, was he doing that a couple years ago?
He was, yep.
Now into the final frame from here in Pasadena. The Saints ahead of the Waves 7-6. Now the Saints going to the bullpen for potentially one final time. It's Christian Robb out of Texas Arlington and coming in the closer position, Sydney. Interesting to see, you know, kind of how the pitching rules established throughout a season, but the first closer of the season, what have you seen out of him so far?
Christian Robb, last pitched as a junior At Charleston Southern in 2024, he threw in 15 games with each outing coming from the bullpen. He collected 24 and 1/3 inning of work and held opposing batters to 160 average. He had the lowest whip on that team at 123. He also began the season with back-to-back outings of 2 scoreless innings thrown and didn't allow a hit during each of those outings. Prior to that, spent 2 years at Southwest Tennessee Community College and is a high school graduate of Keller High School.
Now looking to close things out for the Saints. Saints ahead by 1 and are looking to close out this game. Christian Robb now with the save opportunity, looking to shut the Waves down. Leading things off for them, it'll be Austin Palmares, the third baseman, trying to get anything started to get 1 run on. First pitch up the middle, and he will get himself on. Now tying run on first base. Be the go-ahead run at the dish.
Number 14, Liam O'Day.
Liam O'Day, number 14, who checked in the infield for Michael Myra earlier in this one.
O'Day is looking for his first hit.
Palmares on first, representing the tying run. First pitch just misses above the zone. Be ball 1. Robb looking for the save. Trying to get the first win for the Saints this season. This one catches a piece. O'Day reaches on a hit by pitch, and now go-ahead run on first base. Now an interesting opportunity here for the Waves. Plenty of opportunities to get the runs over, get the runs potentially in. Try and go ahead in this ball game. First pitch misses down low. Waves checking in a pinch hitter for Tyler Covington. It's number 29, Cade Murray, the Laguna Niguel, California native. Now in a big opportunity to potentially get the Waves back into this game, potentially get them ahead.
And Christian Robb out on the mound, trying to hold this lead in a 1-run game. Top of the 9th inning, 2 runners on.
In the zone for strike 1. Always a bit of a tough spot to be thrown into a game with just a 1-run lead. Obviously, as pitchers want as many runs as they possibly can to have as much cushion as possible. But a single and a hit by pitch puts 2 runners on. Cade Murray checks his swing. Did not go around.
Cade Murray batted .349 for Irvine Valley College this past year. Played in 12 games with 11 RBIs, 10 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, 15 total hits.
This one misses low. Walk now loads the bases. Now a tough spot and a lot of work for Robb in this one. Dimitri Sasidko has had a good day already. Now stepping up to the plate, but this will call pitching coach of the Saints out to have a little discussion with Robb. Single hit by pitch and a walk to load the bases now. Tying run on third, go-ahead run on second base. Mound visit breaks up. Now, potentially what could be one of the biggest at-bats of the game. Dmitry Sasidko steps up. The base is loaded and nobody out.
And this is definitely the guy that the Waves want at the plate. He's 3 for 4 on the day with a run scored, 1 RBI, and 1 walk. Tying run at third.
First pitch, loud glove pop, but high and inside for ball 1. Rob on the mound, Sasidko at the plate. Fastball in there for a called strike. It's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out, and the base is loaded.
Palomar's at third base does have good speed to him. Had those 8 stolen bases for Saddleback this past year.
This one just misses outside and moves Sasidko ahead. Two one in there for a strike. 2-2. It's Palmares on third. O'Day at second. Cade Murray over at first. 2-2 count to Sasidko. Low and outside, ball 3. Bases loaded with nobody out and a full count. Sure to be fun action on this next pitch.
It was a nice block by Maynard behind the plate.
The delivery. Ball 4, low and outside. Sasidko walks. And the Waves tie the Saints at 7 apiece. Still with bases loaded and nobody out. Now Andrew Ramirez, the 3-hole hitter and second baseman, steps up. And a big opportunity to break this one potentially open for the Waves.
Ramirez still looking for his first hit of the day. Hitless in 5 at-bats.
This one fouling out of play down the first base line. Ramirez still coming out very aggressive despite the walk just issued to Sasidko, the runner before him. The 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2. This one off the end of the bat and into shallow right field for a base hit. 1 run comes around to score, but the stop sign is on. Good play by Snyder to get that one in quickly. An RBI single gives the Waves the lead. It's now 8-7. Still bases loaded with nobody out. Now Matthew Thomas, who checked in the designated hitter role earlier, the opportunity to really break this one open.
You have to wonder how long the leash is going to be here. See if we see another Saints pitcher here soon.
First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Good breaker on the inner half, but can't quite squeeze in the zone. This one swung on and missed by Thomas. Came out with the 2-0 green light, but fanned it. This one driven to center field. Williams going way back on it. And it's over his head. And it is gone. A grand slam for Matthew Thomas breaks this one open for the Waves.
Matthew Thomas really taking full advantage of coming into this game later on and just fully breaking this game open. The Saints came into this inning, with a one-run lead, but complete new ball game here in the top of the ninth as the Waves now lead 11-7.
Now a 12-7 ball game. It's been a good string of offense for the Waves so far in this ninth frame. They are yet to have an out recorded. Now Jacob May, the center fielder, this one misses just high and outside. This one fouling out of play down the third base line. So far, Waves have scored 6 runs here in the top of the ninth. This one just below the knees. Now a full count. It was a single, a hit by pitch, a walk, a single, and then a grand slam. That's how this final frame is unfolded as May swings and misses at the full count offering and gets the first out recorded for the Saints here in the top of the ninth.
First big out for Rob after the damage has been done.
All right, damage has been done. Now the Waves trying to add even more damage, but Rob gets a strikeout, bounces back, gets right back into the zone again, 0-1. Down in the dirt, brings the things even, 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Job by Rob once again getting back into the zone. Always look to bounce back after damage is dealt, but this one, 6-run 9th inning by the Waves. Swung on and missed, pops out of the glove of Maynard, tosses over to first, and able to get the out over there was Mandela. Now 2 outs.
Back up to bat is number 12, Nate Norman.
Now the catcher is number 12, Nate Norman, stepping up.
Norman's 2 for 4 on the day with 1 run scored, 1 RBI, and 1 walk. Waves have a total of 14 hits compared to the Saints' 10. Both teams have 2 errors each, and up until this inning, the runs were pretty even as well.
Yeah, Waves really able to break this game open here in the final frame. Rob gets a called strike on the first pitch and a swinging strike on the second one. Now moves ahead 0-2 of Norman. Norman so far today is 2 for 4. And the 0-2 pitch from Rob. Swung on and missed, strike 3, but the damage has already been dealt by the Waves heading into the bottom of the ninth. The Saints are chasing 5, 12-7 from here in Pasadena.
My name is Tyler Gordon.
My name is Adrian Lopez, and this is Rip and Dex with the Saints.
I have Spencer Torkelson from the Tigers. He went to ASU.
I got 2009 Most Valuable Players, American League is at Joe Mauer, and National League Albert Pujols.
I got Lawrence Butler, rookie card actually from the Athletics.
I got Walker Buehler, signed card. That's pretty sick. I'm a big Dodgers fan, so that's pretty cool.
I got Rafael Devers from the Red Sox. Fun fact, when I went to Fenway like 5 years ago, he threw me a ball.
I got Jacob Lopez, a pitcher from the Rays. Last name Lopez. Might be related, might not.
I got Matt McClain on the Reds. He's from Orange County, just like me.
This is the Diamondbacks catcher, Gabriel Moreno.
Tanner Beebe, the Guardians pitcher.
We got an outfielder, Robbie Grossman from the Rangers.
Pretty good pitcher, Brady Singer on the Royals.
I got a catcher from the Pirates, Jason Delay.
Isaac Paredes on the Rays, infielder.
I got Francisco Mejia, a catcher from the Rays.
And then my last card is Justin Steele on the Cubs. He threw a complete game today against the Angels.
I got Chris Bassett from the Blue Jays. Pretty cool little deck.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Big fan of that Walker Buehler one.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Damage has been dealt by the Waves in the top of the ninth. They strike for 6 and take a 12-7 lead. Saints now looking to score 5 to extend this one, looking for 6 to walk it off, to lead things off for the Saints. It'll be Gannon Snyder. And now on the mound for the Waves, it's number 2, Andrew Ramirez. Initially started this game at second base and has now been moved up to the bump. First pitch misses inside.
Ramirez went 1 for 6 at the plate today with a run scored and 1 RBI. We're going to see what he can do on the mound here, looking for 3 outs.
Swung on and missed by Snyder on the high fastball.
Snyder is 1 for 4 on the day with a run scored and 1 RBI.
This one fouling out of play. Now 1-2 count. Saints chasing more runs than they have outs to work with. 1-2 count to Gannon Snyder. Stays alive and fouls this one back behind home plate and out of play. Snyder, the right fielder tonight of Wichita State University. One, two, down in the dirt and outside. Interesting game we've seen unfold so far. Saints took the lead in the second, striking for 2. The Waves would get those 2 back in the 4th. Snyder fouls this one again out of play. It's tied going into the 5th, and it stayed that way. Then in the 6th, the Waves got 1. In the 7th, the Waves got 2. But then in the bottom of the 7th, the Saints struck for 5 and took the lead. Then the Waves would get one back in the 8th, and it was a 7-6 ball game heading in to this final frame. And the Waves exploded for 6 here in the top of the 9th. Now it's 12-7. This one, jam shot down the left field line, and fair for a base hit. Cannon Snyder is aboard, and that's exactly what the Saints need if they're looking to come back from this one. Get that leadoff man on and hand the bats to the next guy in line. Now Lane Hayworth, also out of Wichita State University, looking to keep things going for the Saints.
Hayworth checked in for Joey Milto earlier. 0 for 1 on the day.
First one misses upstairs. It's 1-0. Lane Hayworth, again, high fastball. Watches that one go by, 2-0. Saints still looking to chase 5 to keep this one at least going. Looking so far, so good. This one fouled back out of play. Green light was on the 2-0 count. The Saints got the leadoff man on. Gannon Snyder after he singled. And a 2-0 count to Hayworth. Check over on Snyder. Goes back in standing. Snyder was one of the 2 Saints that have already been picked off over at first earlier tonight. Snyder making sure history does not repeat itself. Saints chasing 5. Cannot afford any free outs, especially on the base paths. This one skied over into foul territory right behind first base. Under it is Nilsson, and he makes the grab for the first out of the inning. This one fouled straight back into the catcher's mitt, strike 1.
Jack Little's 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored.
Breaker, great one in there for a called strike 2. Jack Little looking to keep the line moving for the Saints. This is way upstairs. Andrew Ramirez started this game at second base, now looking to shut the door on the Saints here in the 9th. Again, a great breaker, but this time Little sits on it and fouls it back out of play to stay alive. One, 2 count, 1 out. Down low. Brings these things even at 2-2. That one misses upstairs. Full count now to Jack Little. Gannon Snyder still on first base. Saints looking to get at least 5 here. Down to just 2 outs to work with. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A big strikeout for Andrew Ramirez as the Saints, still chasing 5, are down to their final out. All lies in the hands of Jacob Freer, looking to just keep the line moving for the Saints. Snyder takes off to second, ball in the dirt, and he'll take off for third. He'll get there standing up easily as the ball got all the way to the edge of the backstop after it skipped away from Norman behind the dish.
Jacob Freer out of Azusa Pacific University's 2 for 4 on the day with 1 run scored and 2 RBIs.
In there for strike 1. That one high and outside, now 2-1. Snyder now on third base after stealing second and advancing to third on the wild pitch. 2-1 to Freer. Flared down the left field line and foul. Now 2-2 count with 2 outs. Saints potentially down to their final strike. Jacob Freer. The pitch, shot up the middle, and a sliding play thrown over to first, but not in time. Freer on his way to second. He'll get there standing up. Gannon Snyder scores. And the Saints now chasing 4 after an infield single from Jacob Freer. First baseman Levi Medella up now for the Saints, looking to keep the line moving. This one fouled out of play. Saints down to their final out, still chasing 4 runs. They have Jacob Freer on second base. Oh, 1 upstairs. Medella already 1 for 4 on the day so far. Just trying to keep the line moving for the Saints. All you can do in this situation is find a way on base and give that responsibility to the guy after you. But now, once again, potentially down to their final strike, as Medella is in a 1-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch, way inside, gets all the way back to the backstop. Jacob Freer advances up to third base, but in a 4-run ball game, it doesn't necessarily matter all that much. Saints still trying to keep the line moving. Deuces Wild, 2-2 count with 2 outs. Number 2, Andrew Ramirez on the mound, looking to finally slam the door shut. The pitch. This one driven into right center field. Going back on it towards the track and burns him up against the wall. That one is a double for Levi Medella, and he keeps the line moving for the Saints.
That was a really nice piece of hitting by Levi Medella. You get a rip on that ball and a 2-2 count. Saints down to their last strike again.
Got into that 2-2 count and just found a mistake pitch. Drove it all the way to the warning track in right center field. Ends up getting a double. Scores Jacob Freer and cuts the Waves' lead down to 3. Saints still need to get one more guy up to represent the tying run. And then one more after that to potentially be the winning run. They're still down to their final out. This one lined over to short and caught in the air, and that will do it. The Waves secure the victory by a final score of 12-9. Sydney, we saw an interesting one today. Back and forth matchup all the way up until this final 9th inning frame when the Waves scored when the Waves scored 6 and took that lead. What was really the difference maker today?
I think the difference maker is that the Waves got hits when hits were needed and that they brought in more runners than the Saints did. The Saints left a lot of runners on base. I think, going forward, moving on to tomorrow and the rest of the season, the Saints just need to tighten up their pitching and get timely hits, and things will work well for them.
Yeah, you mentioned it. A lot of runners left on base today for the Saints, and that's kind of what led to their downfall, sort of some unconventional ways to score runs and didn't necessarily get the timing hitting that they necessarily needed. 12-9 final score here from here in Pasadena. Tomorrow, the Saints taking on the MLB Academy Barons right here in Pasadena at 6:05 first pitch. On behalf of everybody here at Arroyo Seco Saints Baseball, thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of our producer, Gio Camera, my broadcast partner, Sydney Fair.